Mommy, you fish can see my cotoso. Me boga, send me sick from Lemonade Finance. While Brian did the shit and let me £10.
Lemonade Finance.
Say they sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted a instant charges. Exchange waiting in so unbeatable. We should me promo code Dr. Like £10, $10 and $10 Canadian for the first transaction. With this Sunday cigar coffee, download to Lemonade Finance.
Original ni free munano yes or the remix in a bar mana abetwaso and amfa it is after me one original version had done a lot of work for yourself a free muntem oh no it's true on the night me roll me one mana come boxer shot to kwanam
I know 500 bet you could be.
You're still watching E-Forum on GhanaWeb TV. My name is Abrantipa. Last time I said I'm almost me in mood. To me, me am country. A friend benefit Boabin Abrantipa. So let's talk about the expectations in terms of who is winning what. Yenim say the board, the academy, and then the public are the ones to decide on who to win. And so whatever we say now, it will not change anything. But
wait, I don't know. So can we know
academy
for VGMA. No.
Oh, okay.
Vote make a voting.
Maybe
this year am I.
Hopefully, okay. That Tuesday and Wednesday.
Okay, right. But regardless, you hear expectations, no. Na academy member. Me say me academy member.
Say
academy to academy.
Yeah, started first. You gospel artist of the year. And so gospel artist of the year, no, your PCS star, Joe Metal, Perez Music, Dinah Hamilton, Celestine Donko, Enna Emoji Music.
Okay, you see, I United Haiti is looking like PCS star and a father. But me no. Me nyankanka ebe shocking kakra
I don't know shocking Perez who Philippe only Perez no media general
no
Perez a free
oh long time
oh I see
so I'm saying this because PCA no anya the kind of way anya because of one the language he used. Let's not beat around the bush. Unfortunately for Perez in kind of the no elective gun and yet the normal gun and I'm quite obvious to me kicking so let's accept that the fact that Bako edge over the other because of language. And America said on paper it's looking like he's a mefa and this is normal. But in Naya, big surprise. Sharp.
Why in Yauma Obeka said it wasn't fair. So Joe Metal, Perez Music, PCS star, Dinah Hamilton, Celestine Donko, Emoji Music. Because there are instances that we have announced winners and like, this one.
I think.
What was that question?
The question about the is a very tricky question, and I'll tell you why. Say your last, Tiana. The never music. Oh, when did I go there? I feel beyond Ocean. I feel beyond Ocean.
And they cracker.
But. I think Obia or Shobia Elizabeth was and I go could so once you've been nominated, there's a chance for you to win.
Yeah.
It is just that the permutations plus 1 minus 2 and they determine so we be ahead of into no omo to say all the day in there PSA any prayers omo two no and I think they are front runners.
I see.
For now.
Yeah. Is it that obvious for you too? Nanani and Vida?
To be honest, Vida Kasawiye.
Is it obvious?
I think so. But Mr. I love Perez.
Okay.
I love Perez and PSA nyom no relatable. Obia timinya na ho struggle story kakra won nyom nim no. But everyone want PSA on born 77 nyom found out. Minim de tia wa yemi yi ni kwa peja ase eno kwa na nyom awaye on born nyom found that nyom bia e kama. But Perez, I like the guy's energy and kind of the way we see promoting him, the way people love it, you know. And yet easy with gas songs. We can track it. And I was showing the performances, you know. He knows his stuff. What's my say? It's, you know, I think it's between the two of them.
Okay. Nana.
Straight up, Kwama PCS.
PCS star. Okay.
You hear Kwama PCS star and say, Ghana Music Awards, not Accra Music Awards.
They are hitting.
Perez in your language. Perez in your no come chrome do my incra. Obia Okotechima, Obia dim, Kentampo, Obia dim. Kumasi Accra Poro, and Santifo will be the okay. It's here, and Dumois. Obo was a blue cra. I
said, this is Brady.
No, you see, what makes a song popular? Say, the word is most popular gospel song, and I said artists. No, some artists. The popularity here based on say people can relate to your song and relate to you.
The audience, but I also want you to understand that one because she is the most.
Sahana me patche into senka Perez to Odia nka neye ka nke bebo Perez di.
And you also
language barrier no so. That means say they are elite.
No, but the videos on your subtitle.
Oh yeah. And no credit necessary.
No, but everyone will be able to love Nigerian, you maybe Igbo and you know, but then Otia won't say it was so
okay. Do you know why? How many times Anna Perez Afaka so could be a promoting you? Kind of let's be honest. But PSC watching Ghana, you know. Don't forget the PSC and Cassandra tell you that. You couldn't kakra on. Intino, how am I promotion? Now I like I say, or born your public and no one said this particular song no. Because this particular time no. Omo decided say they'll put money into her craft. Into omo ye promotion ye. Into PSC all the way.
PSC all the way. Best new artist last mid. DJ. Oh na de. Me money. Malcolm Luna. J Bad. Hey, J Bad ye in a film. Rabna. DJ Azonto and a Chief One.
I think it's between last mid name Malcolm Luna. Let's not underestimate Malcolm.
Okay.
Efforts are why on say let's not underestimate it. Me me sure the progress maybe you're free, maybe I'll be drew some stages our mountain, but then last week no because of and you know Friday night now go for phone doors to ring you know so you know, ringgit won't go for
once you're like over to me and then you're not related.
I feel bad for Azonto.
Yeah, me too.
Because baby, I don't call them clean, no, yeah, Fananto, which is a popular song of the year. But so, over best among the new artists. Nah, man. And Chatterhouse is smart. So watch most of them will promote videos. I'm the Azonto nyom na to. I say yeah patao. What am I say? I say patao, but I feel bad for him though. I feel bad, but I think say it's between Last Minute and Malcolm Luna.
Now you no disagree.
Oh, now me to me I feel like Last Minute will quite advantage ahead of Malcolm. O share nyom both of them nyom strength na. I said Bako in the other so but it's good if you race now you have two forces and 3 forces or monya cooperate so that what's your corner I feel now obeti winner now tension because
it's not obvious say winner
2019 reggae dancer artist of the year when camera no omo dia
two no bam
stone so
omo dia two
shatter so
tension na what dem
I was there sad and pay be
honestly, that year, no,
it is a certain
Grand Arena.
Cool. So if the two of them, I think
also the entrance here too.
No emergency exits.
No.
Okay, quickly. Nana Manfaldi, sorry.
Last minute, them say, straight up. You see, but you can't check the reason. I would say, Marco, yeah, Bonnie, any or more last minute, at least he was on this guy's song, Amrado, and the song was good.
Yeah.
And the deal last minute, no, so no, man for one. Ning in account. They equally deserve. But last minute, extended a chance because or no more a system no more. And he himself, is known to the people. Ushian is here being so nini. But don't know now more wish you let's be honest.
Any edina in sing on I assemble first, give me blue. The song was so huge that we didn't know the face behind it. Okay. Vodafone most popular song of the year, Camido Sugarcane Remix. Sarkodie Countryside featuring Black Sherif. Black Sherif Koku the Traveler. Last Mate, Friday Night. Kelvin Boyd, Down Flat. Jackie, Something. When you see Survivor. Kiddy. Blessed. Featuring Movado. Stone Boy Therapy. YMEA by PSA F-Star. Weakest amongst them.
The weakest.
My two question is weakest amongst them.
I like the question.
Weakest.
Yes. Wendy Shea. Okay.
Looks like
Wendy is the weakest link. Okay.
The weakest survivor.
Wait,
no.
I'm a survivor.
Hey.
Okay,
sir, Obi a challenge.
Okay.
I think Kiddy blessed the crumple. I would have preferred champagne than
me the weakest mefa blessed no.
Okay. And topmost Juana.
Straight up to
down flat pan.
I think this category is very.
I can explain why. What I'll mention is winning. Let me explain why I feel say Camido is winning here.
Okay.
Camido nyomono. Eba yacho. Ya bwa. Ya eba ya kwansa na if any say countryside neighbor. But time I bought countryside in Astana you sukre bo.
Yeah.
If any say sugar cane.
The longevity is very high.
Because easy say Ghana has said any kind. Most of our songs are disposable songs. Utie in 1 month now they are shipping them. But where they
Utie in them so cry.
You should cap na dey aside the chef fridge mu. You drink and you say you go. And one and
didn't do bad at
all.
But
I'm not done. I'm not done.
No, I'm just adding to your point because on your establish the fact that you're nominating Sugarcane remix.
Yeah, it's the remix. But no can say say original no and here boy so you demand remix na babe. So now
has two separate
because we are more like a build up to we say no. So now if you listen to the radio stations anywherever you find yourself they don't play the original again. It's the remix.
Exactly.
So what he's saying is say and you know say sometimes and Kofo release when we are just about getting to the VGMA is the time on nominations Beno. Enti ebi enyum 3 months and I hit it. But we say no I check. Even if you are looking at remix, focusing on the remix.
That's
now.
what I'm saying.
Do you agree, sir?
No, what I want to know is if it's a one for original version of remix, so it has done
exceptionally well.
Exactly. So,
and you more remix, yeah, were you also? Yeah,
Kim Promise
also. Nigeria, and this song me too quite no. And you man me tipa a Ghanaian song pie Sugarcane. At a point when before say a Nigerian song.
I didn't be I didn't papa
verse no and a trendy sing verse.
Yeah.
16 rounds.
Yeah. It's actually my favorite verse.
You know?
My favorite verse.
So and
Yeah, okay. I get it.
What's my so that explains it. But people fell in love more with Camido when our rendition, live rendition, on what's the studio put of course, like let's and he sang everybody's verse. And it sounds so soothing. Say, and you make the verse in Yaman.
He did another one when he went for a certain radio interview.
It was beautiful.
Yeah, Camido is very
he's very talented.
I don't think a smooth win for Camido.
Because it's tough.
A 3-horse race.
Okay.
Camido, Eshim, Black Oshim, Calvin Boy,
Traveler.
Countryside.
Yes, countryside.
I won't even mention countryside.
Kevin Boy into sugar cane.
No, bro. Down flat.
No.
Down flat.
You can't.
Oh, no.
You can't compare. See.
Challenge and it was say Charlie down flat. I just
down flat. Oh yeah, remix plan. Remix no cran kokra.
Oh, no remix.
No, original no. Tie original no free mu na no yes or the remix in ba mana abetoa so and amfa nti satam ni one original
version had done a lot of work for
itself free mu ntem. Oh no, it's true. I disagree. No. Down flat free mu ntem. No. When was the last time you heard down flat on radio?
It is still playing on radio.
Oh no. Okay, let's bet on this one. Let's bet on this one. Me say it's the straight win for
and I also wanted to understand that it wouldn't be straight because a very 3-horse race.
It's again on the battle so.
Phone.
Actually, it doesn't look like it's going to be easy for whoever is going to.
Exactly.
Because I'm just looking at.
Weakest link new frame.
It's in a first.
The weakest out when the share is out.
Stoneboy is out.
Okay.
Jackie is out.
Something is out.
Last minute out.
Yeah.
Last minute is out.
Hey, out.
Friday night. Jackie something.
Sugarcane and Vinia. Me boxer shot even na. Sugarcane and Winnie on the night. Me roll me one man aka me boxer shot to kwanam dem. Oh,
when you say a baby now because say me can
Yo,
let's cry for my baby.
Oh, most popular song.
Actually, there can be the way the three of you have not thrown the light on PSES because Ubo weakest link, she can cause an upset.
I agree, but
the churches.
No. As we speak, PSE attention ni how or doing artists of the year magic.
And I went to do there's a trend. So Kenya Artist of the Year that night was Sweepy Awards. There's a trend. It is a artist sweeping or most popular because Obia too.
I'll be back.
Yes.
PSA we need gospel artist of the year, gospel song of the year.
Mind you, yes, mind you, measure all the others for some based on trends. But we were for more.
How many nominations in Camido?
There's a trend into one.
You are right. No. But I'm saying, many would see him.
Is Camido
in
the artist of the year category?
Camido is in artist of the year category. So artist of the year.
Because Camido to be artist of the year, no,
the manager dot Britain say Blacko is his only competition. Do you agree? So artist of the year is Black Sheriff, Stoneboy, Sarkodie, Ken.
The weekend.
Artist of the year. Black Sheriff, Stoneboy, Sarkodie, Ken Promise, Camido, Kiddy, PSA Esther, Joe Metal.
Good. Okay. Let me tell you the reason why. If PSA is going to lose this award, one, Joe Metal.
The last time, okay.
One of the reasons PSA might lose or will lose this award, one, Joe Metal.
Why?
Okay. Because I have noticed something in this space. Anytime I go for phone, they prefer to go in one person. Okay. check it said PSA nominees. How many of her fellow gospel artists who are posting and no because of Adam openly?
A divided
Joe might not want this award now.
Okay.
But Bisamo said Joe it me fan phone na post so
and also
do you know what it means?
No, the moment that Joe should be
Pentecost for ni J adeni so.
No, PSA they obey Joe.
Christian fraternity no.
They just say there are some people who are naturally Joe metal like.
And then the point is
so once the Joe won't they will be forced to go vote for Joe. Imagine those votes going to PSA.
Joe Winia.
Oh, we need
Joe, they all can Joe Winia.
Artist of the year.
Joe Winia.
I'm not saying
Joe Oh. Many number of bomb forms are.
I'm not saying Joe Winia. I'm saying one of the reasons PSA might. Oh, listen to me. I'm saying one of the reasons PSA might or will. Might
and will
or will lose that category.
Joe has been in categories whereby gospel artists were there and they won. And also,
I don't think Joe.
On your threat,
Caleb Kanasia.
On your threat.
Previously, nipa baako there was a joint force.
Exactly.
Obia Dina time, even Joe Metal's time. So now, omuye two. It will take some sort of boldness to say
make up
wayside.
Don't forget.
And he's talking about
Sisi agoni match too. Omo we three and omo we English. It imagine so omo we boyfriend so omo ko to majo. Don't you think
that also forget the for the draw so simple.
Oh, what I say. But you say
let's take Joe Metal out of the conversation.
Okay.
No, like say or no supporting PSA. What's it? No, the two gospel musicians, PSA and our number. And I'm saying, let's take Joe Metal out of the conversation, out of the artist of the year. Do you think, say, if Joe Metal was not there, and PSA had a chance?
If Joe Metal knew her, another reason that will make PSA will or might lose the thing is that 10% on what's free when you saw board no. Check it.
Yeah.
2 years ago, before Dinah won, we say 3 weeks to the event, it was looking kiddy. Kiddy was the one in the lead, and everybody knows it. How Dinah managed to change the face of the awards 3 weeks to the event. So all the industry players, because they'll tell you how the agenda was done. The church played a role. Her godfathers played several roles, and the TOM boys also played their role.
Table of men.
Yes.
Okay.
But this year,
you see. So
yeah. Okay. So the weakest.
Joe Metal. Okay. The weakest.
Yeah.
The weakest. Okay. Can promise.
Really?
Can promise.
Yeah.
Or no pay for you. Promise Kiddy.
And I think Stone Boy.
Promise Kiddy Joe Metal.
I think Stone Boy too.
So far it's Promise Kiddy that is running through. Vida doesn't see Joe Metal as
Can promise Joe Metal.
Oh, he's weak.
Right.
Oh, I see besides weak.
Okay. Who stands tall amongst the ones that you think they are? Yes.
Who stand?
It's a three-way.
Who?
Who?
No, meaning
who is winning for you?
Or who stand?
Who stands?
Stands. Then I say Bako. Stands there. Artist of the year for Ghana.
Artist of the year. Black Sharif, Stone Boy, Sarkodie, Kim Promise, Kamido, Kiddy.
Between Black Oni PSA and okay, Mamian among Black.
I'm surprised people are not seeing Sarkodie
as
a formidable.
Why do you think Sarkodie should be a formidable force?
Never had any say. Why did you drop the baby?
That thing, so how?
Because you see, there was a year, I think 3 years ago or 4 years ago. Now it was looking like him. And then
why do you okay.
But like Joe, artist of the year, tough.
Very tough.
The argument the two papers one. Even Black Ocras. Now says as me say catch what I say. Black hole than the easy so be winning. Say and vote near how many
The board has 40.
Academic is 30.
Public 30.
Board 40. Wow.
So, it's you know.
Okay.
Would be am picking it.
But go Bisamia. Top 3 no.
You won. Oh, me mommy. Two top.
Pick one winner. You winner.
Who is winning for you?
Brother.
I think that with the email so.
Calculus.
You want?
As soon as I pay, as soon as
Okay. The open here, the end now.
Me they can make pay and Kakamido. I want Hannah Blacko.
Okay.
Afa.
Ramio.
Sir, Kamido Black.
Hey, but
so statements they say as soon as I pay and as soon
as DBC. Matia say.
Me so say na me fa no. Say Kamido we need most popular song na Obefa artist of the year.
Oh, voilà.
Sir.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
And I say PSA so e we need most popular song na Obefa artist of the year.
And what you are saying is who wins a popular song is winning artist of the year.
I disagree.
And say
Caleb count there
me say on paper it's a 3-horse race. Blacko, PCA, any obede.
The way you mentioned it, is it in order of who stands?
Me person in order. Once we in order, which means this is my mine open. Between these 3, Blacko.
So choose one. We all chose one. I chose.
I say Kamido, and Kamido a Blacko.
Me so me say near Kamido and PCA.
I
okay.
Me say Blacko, and Blacko PCA.
I see. So we are wrapping up. Say your time now so. Your time now so. But performance on the night. Who wear straight? Just give me a name. Who are you? Who do you? Bro, from cry day. Who can't you wait to watch? It's medical circle. So far, what I have seen, medical circle there. PSC star, last minute, Blacko, Ofoyam Ponsa, Jackie and Amari.
Ofoyam Ponsa.
Yeah. I saw it on Ghana Music Awards or more Facebook.
And I want to see Ofoyam and Amari this time around because Omoma can be home.
Okay, Vida.
I'm not looking forward to seeing anyone. To be honest.
Are they?
Because Mintio. That kind of thing. Me who any
for you live band though. Hey, Sakodi and Subo. Oh,
craft no, and no.
Oh, Blacko, say Blacko, or Mintio.
No, but make pieces, set pieces now be put together. So why Shayana you group when we who have our groupings no. ABC maybe old school, new school, something. I'm not
it's obvious that you've seen some of them over and over again. Say,
nothing.
No, but performance.
Who can't you wait to see?
Performance in Sakodi Black Sheriff. Edia Mimi who are no. PSC Esther. Me and Sawina.
No. So no. I'm not releasing. Medical Sakodi PSC Esther last minute Blacko Ofoyambo and Sanjaki Amari.
Okay, do you know why Blacko will steal the show?
Why?
One, people love him. And that guy is full of surprises. This year, he will steal the show.
It will be tough for them because after raindrop,
this year,
how you fire put a piece together. Ubena topple last year 3 music performances.
This year,
because Charlie a bedding,
flip.
And the man who said, after raindrop, no, now go fire a bubo yellow with empty and blanda. It's when it was even close, no.
Because
Charlie.
Right, so
me say obede onye bibia different. Obede the normal performance.
No, be different.
For them concerned, you bet my say nenwum na ye kra na beto ama no. But Blacko, watch out for Blacko. Something will happen.
Okay.
Me feel if you ask am no kasa no. I can't just punch the near wood if you are so challenging.
All right. Young friends here. Vida Ditchmaboatin is an entertainment journalist, PRO for 3 Music Awards. But I couldn't see him fantastic baby I better. Caleb Niboy is with Media General.
Caleb and not Caleb.
Caleb. And now the Obon is because minimum Caleb.
Never many papa friend Caleb. Musano.
Caleb.
Oh, no, no, you know, or broflies or any killer.
A man say Caleb.
Name broflies. So about the whole stories. It's in Calabria. Caleb Nana.
Saturday.
Me call Central University. I'm a part of SRC. Then you call SRC week. You back Christ Temple. You be share Otabor. So you be casa. So Oba no be so your friend was saying what channel roll out. Okay. Every me so no. Me channel. Let me go me in channel. Say, huh? I'm so Caleb Niboy. Oh, your name is not Caleb. Your name is Caleb. It's a whole no man. Caleb Dino. The following week, I'm coffee. And I'm catch my pass. Say, oh, I could share Otabor, but Otabor say me Dino. And you're Caleb, no Caleb. The response my father gave, I'll tell you off air.
Okay. Mati. I say Evans, ne Evans. I me political science lecturer, Dr. Evans Agridaku. Me because I told you born Evans. I try this or say they don't know any Evans.
Evans. Alex and Alex.
Alex.
No, Alex. A-L-E-X.
Alex. But Ghana for Alex.
Alex.
Yeah, Alex, but
Alex.
Mommy point.
Alex is French for.
Any Eunice.
Become a Eunice.
Eunice. Manu.
And a juice, need juice.
Hey, yeah, Paul, thank you for watching. Caleb Niboy is with Media General. He's a host of Showbiz 927, sorry, on 3FM. And Nana Romeo is with Accra FM. He's the host of Entertainment Capital. And mid-morning show, no cry there. Ayuko, right. So, Vida, and so entertainment journalist, PRO for 3 Music. Thank you for watching this episode of E-Forum. My name is Benefo Boabin Abrantipa.
Welcome to the Ghana ICT Hub, a partnership between MTN Ghana and the Government of Ghana through the Ministry of Communications and Digitization. MTN pledged to support Ghana's digitization agenda in line with its ambition to lead the delivery of digital solutions for Africa's progress. In fulfillment of this pledge, MTN Ghana has committed $25 million toward the realization of the Ghana ICT Hub project. The objectives of the Ghana ICT Hub project is anchored on the following: to create an ICT-enabled environment for human capital and ICT skills development, to develop an ICT ecosystem through remote access delivery to facilitate job creation for national development, to provide a modern, state-of-the-art physical infrastructure to serve as a pillar for the digital Ghana agenda. The physical infrastructure, when completed, will provide 4,000 square meters of space with the following facilities: laboratories for technology training and research, innovation hub, co-working spaces for tech innovation startups, Tier 3 data center, conferencing facilities, offices and meeting rooms, commercial lettable spaces, gaming area, restaurant, ancillary facilities. The technology laboratories will be fitted with the next generation ICT equipment and applications to provide the youth of Ghana with practical training in Industry 4.0 technologies such as artificial intelligence, AI, machine learning, cloud computing, 3D printing, robotics, Internet of Things, IoT, advanced manufacturing techniques, cybersecurity, genetic engineering. The project also seeks to establish a complete ecosystem at the hub through remote access delivery to facilitate job creation for national development. The ecosystem shall comprise of MDAs, technology companies, startups, incubators, research agencies, leading universities globally, foundations worldwide, to create a community. 1. The ecosystem community shall bridge the divide between academia and industry and provide solutions to challenges in the key sectors of health, agriculture, and educational sectors of the economy. 2. It shall also run an innovation program providing mentoring and networking for the youth in tech startups. 3. The ecosystem community shall establish an innovation fund to support startups, research agencies, and other entities in the ecosystem. MTN Ghana and the Ministry of Communications and Digitization are championing the Ghana Digital Agenda for Ghana's development. Welcome to the digital age.
Now, me.
Back canopy. To sang pine, be a want on and be a man in quite baby.
Mommy, you can see my cotoso. Pepoga, send me sick from Lemonade Finance. While Brian did the shade and let me £2.
Lemonade Finance.
Say they're sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted a instant charges. Exchange waiting in so ye unbeatable. We should make promo code Dr. Like £10, $10 and $10 Canadian for the first transaction. Would you send this guy a coffee? Download to Lemonade Finance.
Later on, became sick and became deafblind. And I was brought here to continue my education.
Miss Selma Pepper is one of the very few deaf-blind persons in society. The fact is, most of them are either neglected or abandoned altogether. But this young lady is writing a special narrative of her life. We are going to speak with her to find out about her plans, her ambitions, and then find out from her what persons in society can do for persons like her or persons living with her condition.
Sylvia Abna Pepper's story, as the first of her kind to attain high academic heights, is one to behold. The 34-year-old deaf-blind woman from Bremai, Esikuma in the central region lived her life as a normal child until age 7, when a strange illness led to her admission at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. With the assistance of Theodore Ackley, one of her former instructors at the deaf-blind department of Mampon School for the Deaf, Sylvia tells us her story.
Normal school.
Okay, he started normal school.
I was a child.
When he was a child.
Before I attended special school.
Before later on she came to special school. Continue. What happened for you to stop normal school?
Because that time I was seeing and hearing.
Okay, I had normal vision, I had normal hearing, so I went to regular school.
At most early at
Mass Holy Heart Preparatory School.
Mataiko,
Accra. Later on, he became sick and became deafblind. And I was brought here to continue my education.
2000.
In the year 2000 or 2000.
I was dead.
She had to change schools due to her condition and ended up attending the School for the Blind at Mampong, Ikuapem, and the Demonstration School for the Deaf for her senior high school education.
I did general arts.
I did general arts. History.
Economics.
And
CRS.
Religious and
Complex. secondary high school.
Senior high school.
2015.
Which school did you complete?
Senior high school.
And just.
So I returned to Center for Deaf Children here to offer voluntary work for 2 years. I continued with my education. University of Education. Whenever.
Central region. I did rehabilitation.
I did rehabilitation.
Diploma.
In
2017.
2019
to
2019.
I passed with credits.
I passed with
Christmas rate degree.
I completed degree from 2019 to 2021.
I did the same class, rehabilitation, community versus rehabilitation and disability state.
She recalls how her parents were told to stop doing everything for her when she enrolled into the school for the blind, as her instructor said she would be trained to be independent. Sylvia is now capable of undertaking some basic responsibilities for herself, including cooking, washing, sweeping, cleaning, and many others.
When I came here, at first, I didn't know what to do. I couldn't communicate in sign language. But because of this center, now I have acquired a lot of skills. Thank you.
When I come to this center, then the teacher around them.
My family did not support me at first. But when I came to this center, teachers here encouraged my family to support me at home. But at first, I didn't receive. They did everything for me whilst I was young. But when I came here, teachers advised my parents to stop doing everything for me, but rather train me with skills to do it on my own.
Currently waiting for government employment after her national service, the young woman occupies herself doing voluntary work with the deaf-blind department of the demonstration school for the deaf.
It's about our gym work. We have our gym in the classroom over there. She has not visited the place, but our was now we have activity inside the classroom over there. Outside. And here some other activity can be done here. So you prefer to work here? It doesn't matter. That is your idea. That is your idea. But now I am not asking for suggestion. We have planned activities ready to go. Later, Bob can come in. Okay, that's it. Okay, so later, so that is good. Over there, we have bicycle. We have other activities like rolling on the floor. And then we have rest up. And you never entered there. You don't know. So today, let's do that so that you see who the pass in the classroom. Now, what do you want to do? What are you right now? You go with us? Okay.
I did the same class, reputation. Reputation.
Sylvia's future aspirations include working with the Ghana Education Service, particularly with deafblind children, and establish an NGO to support deafblind kids in Ghana.
To work in Ghana Education Service with deafblind children. I want to open new NGO also. So two aspirations. We want to work in Ghana Education Service, and then whilst working, she wants to establish her own NGO.
All right.
What do you want to do with your NGO?
To earn that we have deafblind in Ghana.
I want to support deafblind children in Ghana.
All right.
I want to create awareness and then support deafblind children in Ghana.
She stressed that children with disabilities must be sent to school like other children to access education or some training.
I want to advise people that if there are people, children with disability, especially deafblind children, or low vision,
living with
people living with disability,
they must allow them to send the children.
They might bring the children to school. They might bring them to special school. Because schooling is very important for all children in the world.
Asked if she has men expressing love interest in her, she answered in the negative.
Does she have anybody now?
Do you have anybody marry you now? No.
However, she hopes to meet a caring man who she would get married to in the near future.
Now I'm not married, but in future,
I want to marry. That I want to God himself to guide me.
Only I want God to lead me to a good husband who will stay with me forever.
To keep her occupied and raise some capital, she crafts some artwork such as doormats, bed mats, praying mats for Muslims, among others. Though she currently has a personal site guide who voluntarily supports her in her day-to-day activities, she is appealing for some assistance to employ a full-time personal guide and interpreter.
I have a mom
some challenge example.
I have a problem with assistant grade.
You have problem with what again? Okay, I have a problem with a site guide. I need somebody to guide me. And an interpreter, personal interpreter. So I want someone to help me.
Everywhere I go, that's government.
I want someone to assist me. Okay. If somebody can support to pay a guide or pay an interpreter, I will be happy. I can see, I can hear, I depend on people for my all my activities. I want government to help me, so I have to employ a guide a site guide for me so that life can be a little bit comfortable.
She's also appealing for a Braille computer to enable her lead an independent life.
I need computer with Braille display which can help me to receive information.
I'm sure you've been inspired by the thrilling story of Miss Silva, who has put aside all the odds to ensure that she climbs the academic ladder to the highest level. And she's also determined to do more to impact society. From the deaf-blind department of the cafe demonstration school for the deaf, Michael Obeke for GhanaWeb TV.
Welcome to the Ghana ICT Hub, a partnership between MTN Ghana and the Government of Ghana through the Ministry of Communications and Digitization. MTN pledged to support Ghana's digitization agenda in line with its ambition to lead the delivery of digital solutions for Africa's progress. In fulfillment of this pledge, MTN Ghana has committed $25 million toward the realization of the Ghana ICT Hub project. The objectives of the Ghana ICT Hub project is anchored on the following: to create an ICT-enabled environment for human capital and ICT skills development, to develop an ICT ecosystem through remote access delivery to facilitate job creation for national development, to provide a modern, state-of-the-art physical infrastructure to serve as a pillar for the digital Ghana agenda. The physical infrastructure, when completed, will provide 4,000 square meters of space with the following facilities: laboratories for technology training and research, innovation hub, co-working spaces for tech innovation startups, Tier 3 data center, conferencing facilities, offices and meeting rooms, commercial lettable spaces, gaming area, restaurant, ancillary facilities. The technology laboratories will be fitted with the next generation ICT equipment and applications to provide the youth of Ghana with practical training in Industry 4.0 technologies such as artificial intelligence, AI, machine learning, cloud computing, 3D printing, robotics, Internet of Things, IoT, advanced manufacturing techniques, cybersecurity, genetic engineering. The project also seeks to establish a complete ecosystem at the hub through remote access delivery to facilitate job creation for national development. The ecosystem shall comprise of MDAs, technology companies, startups, incubators, research agencies, leading universities globally, foundations worldwide, to create a community. 1. The ecosystem community shall bridge the divide between academia and industry and provide solutions to challenges in the key sectors of health, agriculture, and educational sectors of the economy. 2. It shall also run an innovation program providing mentoring and networking for the youth in tech startups. 3. The ecosystem community shall establish an innovation fund to support startups, research agencies, and other entities in the ecosystem. MTN Ghana and the Ministry of Communications and Digitization are championing the Ghana digital agenda for Ghana's development. Welcome to the digital age.
Now,
Susu sang pine, Pia want to Nambia, a man in quite baby.
Mommy, you first can see about Kotoso. Mepoga, send me sick from Lemonade Finance. While Brian did the shit and let me £2.
Lemonade Finance.
Say they sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted a instant charges. Extinguishing unbeatable. We should make promo code Dr. Like £10, $10, and $10 Canadian for the first transaction. What is Sandy Cigar Aquafino? Download to Lemonade Finance.
So I was doing the agency job, small. People were laughing at me. Agent who doesn't have a place to sleep. How can agent be sleeping in a kiosk while you give people mansion to sleep in?
Today is a good day, and indeed it is, because you know sometimes for many people they get lucky and also unlucky at the same time for several reasons. Welcome to this week's edition. We tell you the story of the man they call the celebrity painter, Bright Hodzor, whose story is an amazing journey from village life into the city. Today, he's the man that paints the Flagstaff House, or what we call the Jubilee House. Once again, welcome. I began our conversation by asking Bright to tell me about himself and what his upbringing was like.
My name is Bright Hodzor, popularly known as the celebrity painter. My parents are Clement Kwesi Hodzor, that's my father, and my mother is Vera Akpene Abeye. Both of them come from Leklebi, Dugan, in the Volta region, where myself I come from. I started my school at Leklebi, Dugan, EP Primary. Okay, actually, before I come to Accra, I would say I was in class 6 by then. But my parents were in Accra, and I was staying with my grandmother. So it got to a time, they said, no, I have to leave the village and come to the city. So my mom came for me to Medina Estate. So when I came to Medina Estate, I stayed with my mom and my stepfather, because my father and my mother were no more. They have separated. So I was there for some time, and my stepfather said, no, I can't be with them. I need to go and stay with my father. My father, there is a stepmother there too, but I have no choice, I have to move. So I moved to Pig Farm to stay with them. But I was not comfortable because my stepmother, stepmother and their issues. So I was there for some time, I was not comfortable, so I called my mom to tell her the problems I'm going through. So from there, my mother came for me back from Pig Farm to Medina. So I have to start schooling by then. So they took me to Medina Estate Primary. And they took me to class 3. Meanwhile, I was in class 6 in the village. So imagine, when I came to Accra, Charlie, the learning is different. So I didn't know anything. So they sent me back to class 3. But I didn't say no, I will not go. So by then, that means I was a grown-up. More than the class 3 people. I have no choice. I have to be in that class and learn hard. So I was there. From there to JSS. So at the JSS, it was time for speech and prize giving day. I did marvelous things. I did school bus, I did the combo, I did helicopter for so many people to come and see. I even have it on tape and hard copy. So from there, when I completed JSS, because I was paying my own school fees by then, I have no money to continue or to further my education. So when I was with my mom and my stepfather, it got to a time my grandmom also came around. So she was frying buffalo and kose. So I used to take the kose and the buffalo to go and sell, sometimes barefooted, because there's nothing for me to wear. But I was not discouraged. And after the kose too, I used to go to UPS and Legon to wash things for students, for me to get something small. From there, because of food, I need to go to Presec to go and wait for the students. After eating, they're left over. I and my friends, that's what we go for. We package it and bring it home and eat. It went on for several times just because of something to eat. So from there, I would say life became so challenging, and it got to a time my stepfather wants me out from the house. So I have nowhere to sleep. So I need to go and get a kiosk and uncompleted to lodging. That is where I was while the struggle was on.
Since there was no money at home to support your education, how did you break through in life?
After the GSS, I couldn't continue because of financial difficulties. So I have to go to Action Chapel. By then they were building Action. So I went there to do construction for a whole 1 year to pack money to further for my education. When I was doing the construction at Action Chapel, a friend of mine again came to me and said they are digging a gutter at East Legon and the money was better than Action, so you should go there to give it a try. So indeed, I followed him. When I went, the money was good. So I paused from Action to the digging of the gutter till they finish before I go back to Action, because Action always, because the job is big, they always want workers. So you can break and go and come back, they will take you because they don't have a choice, because they need workers. So I break from Action and I went to East Legon to go and dig gutter like for 2 or 3 months. After the gutter, then I went back to Action again to finish the construction over there to get my money through 1 year to further my education. So after that 1 year, I got money and I went to, my first choice was Kimbo Tech. So I went there to deposit money there for them to be taking that money from my money till it got finished. So when I was in school too, I was doing mates, I was selling kose and buffalo and all that. I was doing mates from Accra to Circle to Medina. That was weekends. Whilst I'm supposed to be in, how do I say it? I was supposed to be in class, Saturday classes. But I don't go for classes because I needed money. So I've been doing this mate work. Sometimes I carry my classmates, I don't feel shy. I carry them, I carry my teachers from school on Saturdays. I don't feel shy for them to see me that I'm doing that job or not, because I know what I wanted. So from there, and I started small to this level.
So how did you actually come to become a painter?
So from SS, I know that I can't get money to further my education. So how do I have to do? I need to think what to do next. So because I was a Christian, so I've been going to church. So by then, there was a program in my church that they needed people to go and do at Takrade. That's a leadership course. So I was one of the appointees to go and represent the church for that course. So I went. So when the speaker was talking, he spoke about how to start your own business without a capital. So when I heard that, I said, wow, I need to be serious with this particular topic because I don't have anything and I want to be somebody in future as well. So after teaching, I jotted down my points. So when we were coming back to Accra, I was thinking, what can I do with my life? Because I have nothing. So, and because when I was in school, I used to do art. So art is part of me. So I was thinking, how can I bring my art work out for people to see. Here I am, nobody knows me. Okay, so from the talk, I realized that no, I can do something without a capital. So I was thinking about how should I start with. And something came into my mind as agency, as an accommodation, renting and all that. With that, I know I don't need to go and register. I don't need to use money. What I can do is get my board, write on it. I have this room for me to go around to search for the room. Then I start from there because I know with agency, you take registration. After registration, you take commission. So that's where I started from. So when I get to a single room, then I'll tell you, my brother or my sister, I'm a painter. If you can allow me to paint for you, that's where I started from. I started painting small. Sometimes when I paint, they don't pay me because I was nobody. Small. It got to a time I wanted to stop because by then too, I got a challenge from my stepfather. He said, still I have to move from where I was. It was a big challenge and a big blow to me. So, okay, what can I do? Because I don't want to go back to my father again. So, I used to go and sleep with friends. Sometimes when you go, they will not give you the chance. They will tell you their girlfriends are coming around. So I need to go and sleep in uncompleted, sometimes in a kiosk with mosquito and all that. But I was not discouraged. I said, no, I must make it because I know where I'm coming from. So I was doing the agency job, small. People were laughing at me. Agent who doesn't have a place to sleep. How can agent be sleeping in a kiosk while you give people mansion to sleep in? I didn't mind their comments because I know what I want. So I was there when a friend came to me and said, my brother, there's a guy who has a land and said he wants somebody to build on it. If he can do it, let's go and see the person. I said, okay, it's a good idea. So I followed the guy. We went to see the landlord. The landlord said, oh, I have this small place. I want somebody to build a single room on it. And I said, oh, why not? I can do it. So we went on agreement. I started the project with 100 cities. I get people to clear the place. Small. When I get 500, I go to the land. When I get 1,000, I go to the land. Any money I get, I go to the land. Till I finish the single room. By then, I used 6,000 to build a single room. So the agreement was I should stay in the building for 20 years. Then the landlord take the building. That was the agreement. So that was it. From there, I was there and I was doing the job small. With determination. So from there, I started getting money. So no, this time, people need to hear from me. So I started telling friends that when you get me a job, I'll give you 10% and all that. So jobs started coming because when I get a job, I pay the 10%. So people see that, wow, Charlie, this guy is trying. So anywhere I reach, I need to speak good about him so that job will come for him to pay my 10%. So from there, I was there. I said, no, this single room, I need to live there because now level is changing. So I moved from the single room to a chamber hall. I went to rent a chamber hall and I rented my single room to somebody. So I went to the chamber hall whilst I was still doing the job. Small, gradually. So it got to a time, it wasn't easy. The up and downs, it wasn't easy at all. So from there, I said, okay, what can I do next? I need to start teaching people because the job started, widening up. I can't do it alone. So I need to start training people. I need to start working with visual students so that the job will open. So from there, then I went to register. So through the registration, after training people, now sometimes I need to relax to let them know what to do or not. So from there, I started doing advert, posting my works on Facebook, Instagram, and all that. I created my own page. Through the page creating, people started interviewing me from US, Nigeria, because of the jobs I do, how mind-blowing my jobs were. People started advertising on me. Through that, the thing blew up. And bloggers too started entering. They call me, they talk to me, they interview me, then it went viral. From there, small. And I'll say, I go to where I am now. That was when I gave a lady chamber hall self-contained, and I told her I know how to paint. So I gave her the estimate, and she gave me half payment for me to start. When I finish, she will pay the rest. So I finished the job. When I finished the job, she didn't pay me. She was tossing me, I'll pay you today, I'll pay you tomorrow. Later, she told me, now crowd is scared then. What are you going to use money for? I said, but madam, you gave me a contract and I finished my contract, so I expect you to pay me. But trust me, the lady didn't pay. She didn't pay me. And I have nothing to do because by then I was a beginner, so I have nobody to rely on. Who am I going to tell my story? So, you know, I left it. I couldn't get that money. But I was not discouraged. I was still doing it. Other people pay, other people don't pay, but I was not discouraged because I know what I want. I know starting anything new is not easy. Me, myself, I know that starting something for people to accept you is not easy. You need to fail and continue doing it. When you fail, you continue doing it. It will get to a time. You'll be perfect. And people won't take you for granted again. So I was not discouraged. Yeah, so I would say painting, I didn't learn painting. It is talent given to me by God. So I say when I'm doing painting, I don't hustle doing it. Like the way people see my work and they will say, wow, how many months did you use? How many days did you use? Whilst maybe I use only 1 day. Some of the jobs, when I use 1 day, people think I use months or weeks. It's because it's a talent. Talent, when we are going to do it, God directs you to do it. That is the difference between talent and somebody learning it. You see, I'm an SS graduate, but I teach people from university. Through my talent, I do seminar for universities, secondary schools, and constituencies. Through my talent. So the talent is the best thing for everybody to build on because that's what God has given you. But nowadays, people move from talent to other people's talent. That's why I see that people will be doing some things and they are not doing it right because that is not what God has chosen them to do. So it is always good we build on the talent given to us from God. With that, you don't hustle, you don't suffer doing it.
You describe your painting as a talent. At what point in your life did you discover this?
I got to know my talent at the age of, I would say, 10 years. I started drawing small. That is why even at our speech and prize giving day at the JHS, I did so many things. I did Comel, I did helicopter, and I did school bus.
They call you the celebrity painter. How did that name come about?
How I got my name celebrity painter is from the way I work for celebrities and I work for prominent people. So one day, my friend just saw me and said, boss, the way you are working, the way you are helping people, doing seminar for people, one day you could be celebrated. So why can't you take the name celebrity painter? It will help you in future. So through that, and I got the name, the celebrity painter.
Who and who have you worked for? And how big is your portfolio?
I would say, coming to my scope of work, or the people I've worked with, I would say I've trained people like 500 and above. I've trained people like 500 and above. And I've been doing seminar too for secondary schools, constituencies, and university. I would say the secondary schools, that's Pantech, and the university is Legon. Yeah, I went there to train them. And talking about the people I've worked with and the companies I've worked with, I can't remember all, but I can mention few. I've painted Action Chapel, Tema. I've painted ICGC, East Legon. I've painted Cocoa Board. I've painted for Stone Boy. I've painted for Mubarak Wakaso. I've painted for, let me say, so many people. I've forgotten. Okay, I've painted for Tony Eboa, and I've painted GRA. I've painted, my latest job now is Flagstaff House. I painted Flagstaff House. And I've painted for so many estate developers. Manette, Trasaco, Black Rock Estates, so many of the estates. I've painted them. I am their painter. I have contract with them. I'll be painting for them till. They can't go without me, and I can't go without them. Because they believe me, and I also believe in them.
Are you married? Got any children?
So talking about myself as a family, I would say I have 2 kids, 1 girl, 1 boy, but I'm not married. Yes, I was with a lady, but we are no more. We separated because of 1 or 2 challenges. But we understood each other and we part ways.
You are a young man who has been able to break through in life. What would you say to other young people out there?
Okay, the advice I'll give to the young ones is they should look out for their talent, what God has given them. And they should stop this cyber fraud. It will not help them. Because when you build on your talent, I would say, Ghana, people don't respect painters, or they don't believe in painters. But I would say with me, with my work, when you meet me, you need to salute. Because I will let you know that the painting is not anything that you think is, you don't respect it. No, because of course, before you build, the only person that can bring the beauty of your building is a painter. So therefore, if you don't take a painter serious, then you yourself, I can tell you are not a serious person. Because for you to invest so much in your building, and for the person, the last person to bring your beauty out, you take that person for granted. I don't see why you should even build at the first place. So painters should never be taken for granted. And the youth too have to build on their talent. Because there's nothing that when you are focused, you can't reach where you want to be. You need to be focused, serious, and know where you are coming from. And build on your talent. And you'll surely be there. That's my advice to the youth.
You have received a lot of recognitions which you've displayed here in your room. Do you mind taking us through some of them?
So, I would say this is a citation from Talent Tahoof and Advanced Media through my seminar works that I've been doing. Yes, they are my backbone. Because every seminar, I have a team. They will come and talk to you. Celebrity painter want to come around to teach you people for free. You don't charge. I do seminar for free. So after the seminar, this is what they presented to me for a citation. Yeah, this is an award last year from GhanaWeb. I happened to win the Youth Empowerment for 2021 category. So this is the award I got from GhanaWeb. This is also another award. This award, I took it at Kempinski Hotel. It's the Whole Africa Award, special recognition, Africa.
Truly, they say everyone has got a story, and that's the story of Bright Hodzor that we brought to you on this episode on GhanaWeb TV with me, Eche Atisu. Remember, there is news for you when you visit www.ghanaweb.com. As always, be kind to one another.
Welcome to the Ghana ICT Hub, a partnership between MTN Ghana and the Government of Ghana through the Ministry of Communications and Digitization. MTN pledged to support Ghana's digitization agenda in line with its ambition to lead the delivery of digital solutions for Africa's progress. In fulfillment of this pledge, MTN Ghana has committed $25 million toward the realization of the Ghana ICT Hub project. The objectives of the Ghana ICT Hub project is anchored on the following: to create an ICT-enabled environment for human capital and ICT skills development, to develop an ICT ecosystem through remote access delivery to facilitate job creation for national development, to provide a modern, state-of-the-art physical infrastructure to serve as a pillar for the digital Ghana agenda. The physical infrastructure, when completed, will provide 4,000 square meters of space with the following facilities: laboratories for technology training and research, innovation hub, co-working spaces for tech innovation startups, Tier 3 data center, conferencing facilities, offices and meeting rooms, commercial lettable spaces, gaming area, restaurant, ancillary facilities. The technology laboratories will be fitted with the next generation ICT equipment and applications to provide the youth of Ghana with practical training in Industry 4.0 technologies such as artificial intelligence, AI, machine learning, cloud computing, 3D printing, robotics, Internet of Things, IoT, advanced manufacturing techniques, cybersecurity, genetic engineering. The project also seeks to establish a complete ecosystem at the hub through remote access delivery to facilitate job creation for national development. The ecosystem shall comprise of MDAs, technology companies, startups, incubators, research agencies, leading universities globally, foundations worldwide, to create a community. 1. The ecosystem community shall bridge the divide between academia and industry and provide solutions to challenges in the key sectors of health, agriculture, and educational sectors of the economy. 2. It shall also run an innovation program providing mentoring and networking for the youth in tech startups. 3. The ecosystem community shall establish an innovation fund to support startups, research agencies, and other entities in the ecosystem. MTN Ghana and the Ministry of Communications and Digitization are championing the Ghana digital agenda for Ghana's development. Welcome to the digital age.
Now,
Susu sang kwai no bia wan to nam bia e man kwai bebre.
Mommy, you basically see about Kotoso. People got sending me sick from Lemonade Finance. While Brian did the shit and let me £2.
Lemonade Finance.
Say they're sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted a instant charges. Exchange waiting in so ye. Unbeatable. We should make promo code Dr. Like £10, $10 and $10 Canadian dollars for first transaction. What is send this guy download to Lemonade Finance.
But before that, let me spend some few minutes to introduce some stakeholders and personalities who have gathered here this morning. We have representatives of the exporter associations. Please, if you're here, let's have a wave. Okay. All stakeholder agencies in the export ecosystem. Management of GEPA. If you're here, let's see your hand. All right. Deputy CEO, HRN and Administration, Mr. Albert Dewura. Thank you very much for coming. The board chairman of GEPA, Mr. Yao Asuo Benin. Thank you so much. We also have with us the CEO of GEPA, Dr. Efua Asabia Asari. Thank you very much. And of course, later on, to launch the statistics or report, we will be having the Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry and MP for Ekropong, Honorable Dukua Esiameje, who is also here with us. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, let's begin our briefing today with a statement from the government on the World Press Freedom Day. And please give it up to the Minister for Information as he delivers that statement. A round of applause for him, please.
Colleagues, good morning. Oh, good morning. You are looking very morose and very... thank you for joining us here at the Ministry of Information. As was mentioned, today's press briefing focuses, I think, primarily on the report that is about to be presented by GEPA. But ahead of that, I'm sure you know that today is World Press Freedom Day. So the government has a quick statement to put out, which I will share with you, and then I'll make a few introductory remarks about the importance of the report that is about to be published today. The government of Ghana renews its commendation of the media in commemoration of World Press Freedom Day. The occasion's 30th anniversary is on the international theme, Shaping a Future of Rights, Freedom of Expression as a Driver for All Other Human Rights. The media has been instrumental over the years in highlighting various rights that require attention for full enjoyment. The work of the media also in highlighting instances of abuse of some rights by sections of society has led to redress in many of these instances. We urge the media to remain resolute on this path. The quest to have all citizens fully access their economic rights is yet to be fully achieved, especially as the world faces dim economic forecasts following recent global challenges. Now, while urging the media in Ghana to keep the spotlight on all human rights, we want to in particular encourage an even sharper focus on efforts to ensure that the economic rights of citizens are fully actualized. Programs by state and non-state actors to support the Ghanaian people in building back faster after the recent economic challenges should be given deeper attention. We further encourage the media to give more mileage to content that empowers citizens to fully enjoy their economic rights. The Ministry of Information renews its commitment to support the media stakeholder groups such as the Ghana Journalists Association, the Private Independent Newspapers Association, the Communication Educators Platform, the Ghana Independent Broadcasters Association, and the National Media Commission to implement Ghana's media support programs. The ministry further encourages all other stakeholders, including our development partners, to support the Media Capacity Enhancement Program and the Coordinated Mechanism for the Safety of Journalists as sure instruments to better equip the media to discharge its mandate for our democracy. And we wish all our colleagues a happy World Press Freedom Day. I'll do a quick translation into Twi and then I'll make some remarks about the report that is about to be put out. And there, we are seeing a Kai Central for Ejuma. Potokasam, you can World Press Freedom Day. Na Ghana Hano, so Ghana Banyabo Central for Abaso, ye Kai Ejuma Sona Central for Eye Edeboa, Ma Ye Maino, Yempuntu, Debia, Esi Eniso. Na ene we are seeing Kai. A choir central for Ebefaso na omaboa na nipa ahodo nyina fa ahodie no etumi etintim fa ahodie ba ko a Ghana ha ye ho adwuma yenwie ya enso bia so yesika sem empuntuo ho fa ahodie broni frɛ no economic rights na no na ene a ye bo central for abaso na ye kai ho sɛ central for wo sɛ ye ko okoden ma nipa nyina fa ahodie gina no ye kai ye nuanom central for sɛ ye nyina ye sika sem fa ahodie no so no e ka fa ahodie ahodo a ye ka nipa fa ahodie a ye kan ka ho na niema ahodo a ban ene nyumakuo eya aboa se ankora sika semfa ahodie ebetintim no yenuanom Central for Momwa na abrebia no yemmo ehudewuro. Ministry of Information ene Ghana ban enema hodo ayeye de boa Central adwuma no Media Capacity Enhancement Program yeboa wono mo kyerɛkyerɛ Central for ade yeboa wom se ye crocres kakra di pia wom se ntumi nkyerɛ Central for ade kakra na yenim dia ye de adwuma no enkosoa enkonanim. Any coordinated mechanism for the safety of journalists. In Shishaya National Media Commission, edeboa say Central for Bambo, ebejina ne naso no. Yebekoso ya ne yekoso so stress adofo ne aboafo so emmoa sa ekuwa hodoi na omuntumi nye ma enyina ne naso. Edamase. My tree is still intact. I want to make a few remarks on the second subject for our briefing today. And that is the report that is about to be put out on Ghana's export position generally, and in particular, our non-traditional export position for the year 2022. Now, it's a very important subject which very often we don't pay much attention to. And I want to use a few minutes just to lay the foundation. This whole conversation about export is a big deal because it is the major avenue through which we earn hard currency. That hard currency, or the dollars or the yuan or whatever that comes from our exports, is what we use to service our import obligations. So whenever we need to import some of the necessities, fuel, medicines, whatever, that we don't produce here in Ghana that is imported, we have to rely properly so on our export earnings. Now, where our exports are low, it means that we will not have enough export earnings. And if our imports end up being higher than our exports, then there's a higher demand on the little foreign currency or hard currency to service our import bills. And when there's that higher demand as against the lower supply of the hard currency, what ends up happening is that the currency depreciates. So often when you see the currency depreciating, one of the major reasons is because we are not earning enough from our exports as against how much we are spending on our imports. And that is why the subject of exports is such a big deal for us. Now, in addressing this, a number of interventions have been rolled out to ensure that our export earnings go up. And that is why last year this report was presented to you, and this year this report is being presented as well, so that we can pay some more attention to what we are doing to earn more hard currency, to shore up our reserves, so that even as we cut down on our import bill, we will have enough of hard currency and ensure that our currency doesn't depreciate. What we've been through for a greater part of this year has been partly because, in addition to the global shocks we are suffering, our export earnings have been low. So this report is a very, very, very important report. It will be launched by the Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, my sister and my colleague. Whatever she does, she's still from the Ministry of Information, the Honorable Dokuesia Meje. It will be launched by her, but Madam Asabia will present the full details to us. And I want to implore you to please make some time in your various bulletins and programming structures to have the importance of this discussed, so that people can also understand the role that they can play in it and participate in that. And with that said, I want to invite Asabia to the podium to start the presentation for us. Please, let's welcome with a round of applause.
Good morning. I also want to congratulate the media. Today is your day, and without you, we wouldn't have our stories told. So, congratulations. On behalf of the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, and on behalf of my board chairman who is here, and my minister, the Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry in charge of international trade, I would like to present the statistics, the non-traditional export statistics for 2022. National Trade Support Institution with the mandate to develop and promote traditional exports. Of made in Ghana products and expansion of our supply. And then we also build capacity of Ghanaian exporters. We advocate for the conducive atmosphere where exporters, manufacturers, and everybody in physically in about 9 regions of the hopefully. What exports are all about. If you want to develop a business and you want us to support you, we have that Impact Hub. And in that Impact Hub, we have the Ghana Standards Authority desk, we have the Food and Drugs Authority desk, we have the Ministry of Agrics, PPRSD, also in that space to support you. Our Market Hub is basically our website, and you can visit there as well for all the information on export. We work very closely with the National Coordinating Office of the AFCFTA to break down what this whole phenomenon is about, as well as help exporters with the ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme. And then we have our coconut revitalization program, which has been ongoing for the past 6 years, as well as pineapple revitalization program. And then we have our participations in international fairs where we support exporters whose products are ready to go onto the global market, to showcase their products on the global market. This we do by buying space for them and freighting their goods to these international fairs. Government pays for them to freight their goods, and government pays for the space for them as well. This is the support that this government gives to exporters, aside the interventions in the products and services that we normally do. We have our export trade advisory services, which we give, especially when you come to our Impact Hub. We have market access programs that will let you understand what the market is, where the market is, and what the market needs, and how to package your products and services to meet the demands of the market. We have also supported in cashew expansion. We are supporting especially craft sector and expansion. And you would realize when I get to the figures that because of the intentional nature of what we are doing, the craft sector in Ghana is gradually growing. And then we have our forum with the banking institutions, where we have created the platform for exporters to be able to liaise with the various banks, where we have programs with them, and because of that, they have also created products to service the export industry. So let's look at the 2022 NTEs in numbers. Our non-traditional export, I'm happy to say, for 2022 is 3.5 billion, a little over 3.5 billion, and this is to say that we grew by 6% for 2022. Percentage growth of the NTEs is what is broken down there. You see, NTEs contributed to the total merchandise of export. So non-traditional exports basically is anything that is made in Ghana with value addition. And that is what we take care of at the Ghana Export Promotion Authority. And it contributed 20.22% to the total merchandise exports of Ghana, which will include oil and gold and raw cocoa, which we don't have any mandate over. The number one export earner, the non-traditional export earner, is cocoa paste. Value has been added to it from cocoa to become paste, so it sits with GEPA. And this is the number one export earner, which contributed over 500 million to the NTE statistics. Burkina Faso is our number one in Africa. The largest non-traditional export destination is Burkina Faso. And then we have the total of active exporters standing at 2,220, with 120 contributing over 3 billion. And then we have a total number of non-traditional exports being 604, but we have in the NEDS, the NET, that's our National Export Development Strategy, has 17 priority products. That does not mean that we are forgetting the rest. So we have about 604, but the priority areas are 17. From this 604, we are always looking and diversifying to add to the 17 priority areas. So the total services exports, and this is quite a new area for us. GEPA in the past was looking at products and services, but not seriously at services. But for some time now, for the past 3-4 years, we've zoomed in on services as well, and we are looking at services because services can also be exported. And for this, we got 8 billion, a little over 8 billion in services alone. And we have not added that to the 3 billion because we are still trying to understand the services area. And it's earning a lot for us. So we are making an intentional, taking an intentional approach to how this is panning out. And the services area includes our IT, the selling of our IT, our teachers, our nurses, and a whole lot more. I've talked about Ghana's non-traditional export for 2022, which amounted to 3.5 billion, an increase of 6% over the 2021 NTE earnings of 3.3. The growth has been underpinned by a combination of all the changes that were done and the proposals that were part of the National Export Development Strategy that we've been trying to follow, and also the work that we have been doing with our agencies, especially the other institutions such as Ghana Export-Import Bank, the Ghana Free Zones Authority, the GIPC, Ghana Investment Promotion Council, the Ministry of Agri, our mother ministry that gives us all the support, the Ministry of Trade and Industry, and all the other stakeholders, Food and Drugs Authority. All of these institutions and the government contributed for us to have this 6% growth, and we will continue to collaborate with them to achieve even more. So let's look at where we were and how we have fared. And as you can see, at the end of December 2022, total NTE stood at 3.5 billion, whilst total merchandise exports of Ghana was 17.6. The graph you see there takes you through the percentage contribution of total national exports since 2018 to 2022. We are looking now at the contribution of the subsectors to the NTEs. Agriculture gave us 14%, 2.4%, handicraft 2.3%, and then manufacturers and semi-processed gave us 83.2%. This goes to show that we need to add value to our products to earn more for Ghana. So the average growth of these subsectors means that agric gave us 4.61%, manufacturers gave us 7.4%, and the handicraft sector, although in value terms may not seem very huge, but grew by 79.73% because of how intentional we have been about the craft industry, because it was gradually dying off. The top 10 non-traditional export products for 2022, therefore, are cocoa paste, cashew nuts, cocoa butter, iron and steel circles, rods, sheets, billets, articles of plastics, aluminium plates, sheets and coils, canned tuna, natural rubber sheets, cocoa powder, and shea oil. Cumulatively, the total value of the top 10 leading products amounted to a little over 2 billion, representing 60.9% of the total earnings of NTE in 2022. The manufacturers and semi-processed sector, as I already said, gave us 2.9, and the performance of that sector was due primarily to cocoa paste, aluminium plates, sheets, cut fruits, as well as aluminium sheets contributed to the earnings in this subsector. When we go to the agricultural subsector, agri subsector gave us 509 million compared to 476, which was earned in 2021, indicating a 4.61% growth. And this sector contributed about 14.7% share to the total NTE earnings in 2022. I'm afraid the writings are small, so when you get the handouts, you see everything clearly. The industrial art and craft sector increased by 79% over 2021 to $81 million, sorry. The subsector contributed about 2.30 to total non-traditional export earnings. The overall growth of the industrial art and craft subsector was therefore 79.73%. And as I said, we are expanding the craft villages around the country. We have a few, about 5 of them, and we are working deliberately to grow that sector by expanding the craft villages, by bringing them closer to the market, holding fairs in these villages. And we've started strongly with a brick craft village. We are working on the Abrafo in the central region, and very soon we will get to all the other regions. Ghana's non-traditional exports were exported to 155 countries within 5 distinct market destination groups represented, which includes the ECOWAS, the European Union, and United Kingdom, and other developed countries, and the rest of African countries and emerging markets. In 2022, the ECOWAS market was the leading destination for NTEs, representing 34.59% of the total market, while the EU and UK markets contributed 31.90%. GEPA is leading the implementation of a 10-year national export development strategy with the objective of increasing the NTEs to 25.3 by 2029. And this does not include the services. And so we are looking at products, because if we added services to it, this will not even be enough. We are looking at products hitting 25 million by 2029. And this is to be achieved through targeted programs and interventions which are anchored on the 3 strategic pillars of the net. The priority products experience a growth of 7.64. 2022 companies exported 604 non-traditional products, and 120 exporting companies earnings accrued to the over 3 billion, slightly over 3 billion, 3.53, contributing 80% of the total NTEs for 2020. And so here we will have to make a deliberate effort of growing the companies of the over 2,000 who are active and see who we can push to next time report to you that about 400 exporting companies achieved so much. We could go over the 4 million points. Our trade in services, total export of services from Ghana in 2022 amounted to 8,247,000. GEPE's strategy in the services sector is therefore focused on 4 key areas: the IT and IT-enabled services, medical tourism, education and consultancy services, including other professional services. GEPA sponsored and supported the participation of about 16 tertiary institutions in students' recruitment fair in Nigeria. We toured, I think, 3 destinations in Nigeria for this recruitment fair, first of its kind. We started this before the COVID. We wanted to continue to other countries and in Africa, and then the COVID hit. But we were able to start again by going to Nigeria, and we went with the University of Ghana, KNUST, Central University, Wisconsin, University of Health and Allied Sciences, UDS, Academic City were among some of the institutions that participated in the fair. And in 2022, we signed an MOU with the International Trade Center, Netherlands Trust Fund 5, to develop and promote SMEs in the IT and IT-enabled space in Ghana. Our outlook, that's GEPE's outlook for 2023, includes, but not limited to, aggressive implementation of the various projects under the National Export Development Strategy in collaboration with relevant agencies, robust value addition campaigns and programs through enhanced investment in agro-processing, participation in selected international trade fairs, expos, and trade missions, organization of maiden inbound fairs in various sectors, market mission to Burkina Faso, which is the leading NTE's destination, market research and study tour of 15 selected African countries, and then the students' recruitment drive in Senegal, Gambia, and Cape Verde. We would also be launching very soon our first export trade house in Kenya and other African countries, and we will bring that announcement to you when it happens. I want to take this opportunity to thank the ministry and the ministers at the Ministry of Trade and Industry, to thank GIPC for the collaboration that they give us throughout our interventions and our travels outside the country to sell Ghana, for the FDA in the support that it gives to our exporters, the prompt response they give to us, for GESM for supporting us, for Ghana Revenue Authority, the Bank of Ghana, Ghana Standards Authority, Ministry of Agrics, PPRSD, and everybody that I couldn't mention here. But above all, I want to thank the Ministry of Information and our dear colleagues in the media who are here, who carry our story out there. Hopefully, as the minister said, you will get the document on the statistics and you will be able to break it down to everybody to understand that it is important to export. So let us export Ghana and export more. Thank you.
Another round of applause for Doc, please. Thank you very much, Dr. Asabia Asari. And having listened to highlights of the report, we will have the Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry to formally launch the report for us. As we welcome her on stage, let me also acknowledge the presence of the Chief Director of the Ministry of Information, Madam Charlotte Morgan-Asiedu. Please, thank you very much for joining us. So we'll have the Deputy Trade Minister's remarks, and then she will launch the report.
Thank you, Kweku. I stand on all protocols observed, and I only want to share with you how good it is to be back home. I didn't know I missed this place so much till I got back this morning and this podium. But hey, indeed, it is a pleasure for me to be here to launch the report on the analysis on the non-traditional export statistics for the year 2022. I'm also extremely delighted to see that our non-traditional exports have continued to show resilience in the face of global economic challenges. As the Deputy Minister currently responsible for international trade, I'm particularly pleased with the outcome of the 2022 non-traditional export statistics, as it is a testament to the relentless work put in by every individual along the export value chain. We have often emphasized the importance and contributions of Ghana's non-traditional export sector to the Ghanaian economy. And while this now sounds like a broken record, it cannot be dismissed. The report on the offered analysis aims to inform us of the critical trends and patterns in this sector. The report emphasizes the growth of the NTE's non-traditional exports with a considerable increase in export volume over the previous year. This indicates that the efforts to promote the NTE sector through the government's numerous initiatives and interventions are achieving the objectives for which these initiatives and interventions were instituted. Distinguished guests, the NTE sector has been a key driver of our economic growth in our country, providing much needed foreign exchange earnings and employment opportunities for our people through the value addition. The sector has contributed significantly to our overall export earnings, accounting for over 20.22% of total exports in the past year. It is refreshing to note that the NTE sector will catalyze and also consolidate the gains of initiatives such as the One District, One Factory program, promote product development and market access opportunities for products of these factories, address supply-side constraints, and improve the competitiveness of goods and services produced in Ghana, improve the policy and regulatory environment, and develop the requisite human capital needed to expand the supply base of value-added products and services to take advantage of the free trade agreement entered into by the countries such as the AFTA, the Economic Partnership Agreement, the Africa Growth and Opportunity Act, and ECOWAS Trade Liberalization Scheme. The report we are launching today provides valuable insights into the performance of the NTEs in 2022. It highlights the key sectors that have contributed to the growth of the sector, such as the agribusiness, industrial arts and crafts, services and manufacturing, as well as processed and semi-processed sectors. Overall, the NTEs increased by 6% or 3.5 million USD over the previous year and accounted for as I said earlier, 20.22% of the total export earnings. Overall, the National Exports Development Strategy is intended to provide a new direction for the growth of the non-traditional export sector and to ensure that earnings from the sector increase from the 2.8 billion in 2018 to an annual NTE revenue target of at least 25.3 billion by the 10th year of 2029. I would like to use this medium to acknowledge GEPA, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, management, and everybody for the strategic and targeted activities they have put in place to guarantee that those involved in the trade are encouraged to follow the essential export environment regulations. I would also advise persons in trade to contact the Ministry of Trade's National Coordination Office of AFCFTA, which is constantly and actively engaging businesses, private and public institutions to take full benefit of the AFCFTA. The non-traditional export sector has played and will continue to play an important part in the economic growth of the country. The insights provided in this current report will be useful as we seek to overcome the sector's challenges and capitalize on the global market's potential. Finally, I would like to thank you all, everyone who contributed to the execution of this report. I'm convinced that the findings and recommendations in this study will perform and inform our policies and plans for expanding the non-traditional export industry and driving our economic growth. At this point, the report is duly launched, and thank you for your attention. God bless us all.
Thank you very much, Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, who is also the Member of Parliament for Kropon, Honorable Dokua Esiama Ejay. Ladies and gentlemen, and our colleagues with the media, please note that copies of the report and highlights will be shared with you. So we have hard copies here. If you want to grab one, please do so when the program is over. We'll also put soft copies on our platforms. So please, if you're on the platform, you can take a look at that so that you can have all the details that you need from this new report. We want to spend the final moments of today's program taking your questions. So the media journalists here, if you want to ask any question, please, as we always do, you rise, you mention your name, you tell us the media house you work with, and then you shoot. We want to do this quickly so that we can get back to our offices. So I can see a hand here, Davido. You mention your name, you tell us the media house, and then you go ahead with your question.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Atamensa from GNA. Yes, it's quite impressive with how Ghana is performing in terms of our non-traditional export. But I'm interested in the service sector that Ghana raked in 8 billion. I want clarification. Is it in dollars or in cedis? Yes, want to clarify in terms of services. Then how do we negotiate with the beneficiary countries to pay us if we export our nurses, our doctors, IT services, consultancy services? How is the negotiation done for us to get that amount for us? Then two, as Doctor said, ECOWAS market is bringing us about 34.5% in terms of our non-traditional export. And Burkina Faso is our #1 destination. And so we look at the political situation in West Africa in general, and in particular Burkina Faso with this political instability. How is the authority assessing the impact of this political instability in Burkina Faso and West Africa in general going to affect our export in that sector? How is it going to affect it? Whether it's going to reduce it or is going to improve it? Thank you.
Yes, my name is John Awuni Kesbin. Today being World Press Freedom Day, I'd like to ask a question relating to that, if you permit me. Ghana has dropped...
John, yes. I'm sorry, the Minister for Information has just been called to Cabinet. Okay. So I'm sure your question will be directed to him. If you can hold on, send it to me, okay. I'll get it to him and then he'll get your response. Okay. Right now I want to focus on the GEPA report.
All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Do we have more questions from the journalists so that we get Doc to respond to them? Okay.
My name is Joseph Armstrong. I think most of us, we came for the very first part. So I think we can still go ahead and ask the question, and maybe the minister later on can respond to us equally, because we are all interested in Ghana dropping 2 places in the Press Freedom Index. That is the question that most of us want to ask. What went wrong? And we want to find out, are we safe as journalists in this country? So if the minister probably would want to answer us, wherever please, we'll be very grateful. Thank you.
Joseph, are you safe? Do you feel safe?
I don't feel safe because of sometimes we cannot go ahead and ask the questions we want to ask, because sometimes the attacks that comes our way. I don't feel safe as a journalist in this country.
All right, that's just by the way. But I'll pass your question to the minister, and I'm sure he will provide some responses. Do we have more questions on the GEPA report? Okay. Davido. Sorry.
My name is Abdul Hanan Adam. I work with GH1 and Star FM. Madam, I saw a drop in 2 of the products. One is natural rubber sheets, and then the second one is the canned tuna. I'd like to find out what accounted for this decline. If you can provide that with an update on that. Thank you.
Can we have one final question so that we let the dog? Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. My name is Isaac Asari with GBC. I feel a bit disappointed with the share not being among the biggest earners, because when you go to the northern part of the country, share has a potential that we can nurture to be at par with that of cocoa paste and cashew among the rest. Can there be a deliberate policy where we can at least empower most of the women who are caretakers of these products? We can take them through training, funding, and also other activities, so that it can also be at par with that of cocoa. Yeah.
All right, so we will hold on with these 3 questions and allow Doc to provide some responses. Just to go through, so the first one is service sector, the 8 billion, is it in dollars or cedis? There was also another question on how do we negotiate. There's also a question on Burkina Faso, looking at the political instability in that country. How is authorities here assessing the impact on the business we do with them? Another question on Ghana dropping, sorry, that was the World Press Freedom question, so I'll note that for Minister. The drop in 2 products, what has accounted for that? Canned tuna, and then I think you said natural rubber. Okay, and then the last question, the share not being big exports. Can there be a deliberate policy? All right, cocoa butter. And then the final question, Doc, is share not being a big export. Can there be a deliberate policy to empower women to make it more attractive to compete with other crops like cocoa? Let's allow Dr. Asari to give us some responses now.
I think the first question was about the regulation of the services. The figure that we accrued from services, 8 billion, comes from the Bank of Ghana. It means there were arrangements that were made for the services to be sold outside of Ghana, and that is why the monies came through the Bank of Ghana, because that is where we source that information from. So it isn't about just us sending our experts out, our teachers, and you name them out, consultants, engineers, and everybody out, and not getting the money back. This is what was regulated, and that is how come the Bank of Ghana could account for that. In dollars, please. It didn't drop. And then the second question was about the safety of the West African region. Yes, there are issues with some of the countries in West Africa, but ECOWAS, the ECOWAS region formed the Trade Promotions Organization of West Africa, which is the TPO network of ECOWAS, and we've been working together at that level to make sure that we work very well amongst ourselves. So there are issues, but these are not issues that we cannot surmount. So we are working very well amongst ourselves. If it is not safe to go there, we do not go there. So far, with Burkina Faso, it is not that bad, but we would wish that everything there will be okay so that we can trade with them as we do always. Then we talked about the natural rubber sheets that, what was the issue with the natural rubber sheets? That it went down? Okay. Dropped in 2020. Okay. So all the other products that dropped, you know, the COVID affected manufacturing of some of these products, and that is why they dropped. So more of the those that doesn't have value added to it were exported. If you take the canned tuna, we couldn't can as much as we would have wished to, and so we were exporting more of the fresh tuna. This accounted for it. So we are seeking expansion in the production of the canned tuna. Very soon, I'm sure it will come back to where it used to be and even go up more. It's happened to cocoa butter as well, and shea oil. In fact, if anybody wants to invest in Ghana, what I would wish for the person to do is to look at the shea oil industry, the shea oil, where we get a lot of requests coming in for that product, but we don't have enough factories producing shea oil. So if we could add value to the shea oil, the shea butter to get the shea oil, it will help us. Sefini?
Okay, Madam, still on the products, I'm just curious and wondering how iron steel overtook aluminium plates in terms of the earnings or contributions, knowing very well that the iron ore deposit that we have in the country are yet to be explored or mined. We have one in Upon Manso, some in the Oti region, and then another in Shini in Yendi. So I'm just wondering, is it the case that we are importing this, adding value to export, or there's a way that we are getting it here to refine it, make it a finished product, and then export? I just want clarity on.
Some of them are imported, and some of them are from scrap that we are adding value to export. Thank you.
Colleagues, we will have to take a second batch, but we'll have to be very quick so that we can wrap up and then help ourselves by filing our story. So we'll take the last two questions so that Doug and the team can also get back to work.
Thank you. My question goes to the Deputy Minister. This is bothering me. If we are getting this colossal amount of $8 billion through our service sector, as the Bank of Ghana has stated. An ordinary person will ask, why should we even go for the IMF loan if we are getting such amount from our service sector? With just $3 billion from IMF, why we are getting $8 billion from our service sector? An ordinary person will find out, is it necessary? Does it make logic for us to even go for that amount, which has a lot of restrictions on our economy?
Because we need more. That's all. We need more. It's not enough. And so if we want to stop going to IMF, then we have to add value to our products and export more. Because you realize that what we have is not even enough. The fact that we got 8 billion doesn't mean it solves that problem. It means it's not enough. We should have gotten more than that. And that's why we are going to IMF. So we need more. This whole thing is to explain to Ghanaians that if we add value to our products and we look for the market outside and we export more instead of importing more. So it's about import substitution and export. Then we would not have to go and borrow. So that's I won't even let the minister come and answer this. We want more.
Thank you for your presentation. My name is Chibata, working with Japan Excellence Trade Organization, JETRO. We are under the Japanese government organization where we promote investment, mutual trade investment between Ghana and Japan. And my question is, I was looking at the table for exporting companies, and then how much is the contribution ratio of a free zones company, basically? Because my background is like some of the Japanese companies are expected to establish offices here in Ghana to oversee the ECOWAS regions. So like we are thinking that Ghana is one of the leading hubs in the region. So like I want to know the contribution of the free zones or free zone companies basically for this exporting.
I think that would be a good idea to put a separate table together for what the free zones is doing. So we will take this on board. Thank you.
Please give yourselves a round of applause. Give yourselves a round of applause. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will call it a day for today's press briefing. But before we go, we will want to have dignitaries in a photo session. So, we will do the photo session and then we will call it a day. Please, colleagues from the media, invited guests, I'm told we have some refreshments outside. And so please make yourself comfortable. We will see you at our next Minister's Press Briefing. But for today, thank you so much for coming and do have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Mommy, you face can see about Kotoso. Mipoga, send me sick from Lemonade Finance. While Brian did the shit and let me £2.
Lemonade Finance.
Say they're sending money back home from UK, Canada, and now US. I accepted a instant charges. Exchange waiting in so ye. unbeatable. We should me promo code Dr. Like Nenya £10, $10, and $10 Canadian dollars for the first transaction. Or this send this guy download to Lemonade Finance.
Welcome to the Ghana ICT Hub, a partnership between MTN Ghana and the Government of Ghana through the Ministry of Communications and Digitization. MTN pledged to support Ghana's digitization agenda in line with its ambition to lead the delivery of digital solutions for Africa's progress. In fulfillment of this pledge, MTN Ghana has committed $25 million toward the realization of the Ghana ICT Hub project. The objectives of the Ghana ICT Hub project is anchored on the following: to create an ICT-enabled environment for human capital and ICT skills development, to develop an ICT ecosystem through remote access delivery to facilitate job creation for national development, to provide a modern, state-of-the-art physical infrastructure to serve as a pillar for the digital Ghana agenda. The physical infrastructure, when completed, will provide 4,000 square meters of space with the following facilities: laboratories for technology training and research, innovation hub, co-working spaces for tech innovation startups, Tier 3 data center, conferencing facilities, offices and meeting rooms, commercial lettable spaces, gaming area, restaurant, ancillary facilities. The technology laboratories will be fitted with the next generation ICT equipment and applications to provide the youth of Ghana with practical training in Industry 4.0 technologies such as artificial intelligence, AI, machine learning, cloud computing, 3D printing, robotics, Internet of Things, IoT, advanced manufacturing techniques, cybersecurity, genetic engineering. The project also seeks to establish a complete ecosystem at the hub through remote access delivery to facilitate job creation for national development. The ecosystem shall comprise of MDAs, technology companies, startups, incubators, research agencies, leading universities globally, foundations worldwide, to create a community. 1. The ecosystem community shall bridge the divide between academia and industry and provide solutions to challenges in the key sectors of health, agriculture, and educational sectors of the economy. 2. It shall also run an innovation program providing mentoring and networking for the youth in tech startups. 3. The ecosystem community shall establish an innovation fund to support startups, research agencies, and other entities in the ecosystem. MTN Ghana and the Ministry of Communications and Digitization are championing the Ghana Digital Agenda for Ghana's development. Welcome to the digital age.
And it's a village you must visit whenever you are here in Benin. I'm taking you along. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to have a bubble bath with the clay. Here is very healthy for the skin. I'm also going to have local lunch. I'm also going to experience the mangroves and everything to learn here. So yeah, let's go guys. I'm super excited. I can't wait for you all to see. Let's go guys. In a village called Gogotepong, it's a beautiful lodge you have to visit whenever you are in Benin. So yeah, we are leaving the Gogotepong junction to the village. Yay! It happens that we are both wearing white. Before getting to this place, you will need a boat ride, which will be arranged on your arrival. Got a motorbike from the Gogotepong junction, which cost us 1,000 CFA. So yeah, we are finally here about to take the boat to the village. So yeah, you're coming along with us. Let's go guys.
My name is Gustav, I said. Yeah. And I'm the tour guide here. The name of this lake is Aime. It's longer as 20 kilometers. And And in this river, there's many fishing. Inside you have the water forest, and we used to call it mangrove. So in the mangrove, to do their reproduction. And also why they decide to do the reproduction there is because the stream of the water is not so strong there. When they leave the eggs here, the movement the stream destroy the eggs, so they can become fish. So it's more safe there, inside there, and then they leave their eggs there and become elite fish. And then when they are growing, they move to find the deeper water.
Just as he said, the mangroves are not supposed to be cut here. If you do cut them, there's a punishment for you according to the spirits here. So yeah, it's beautiful. After 15 minutes of the boat ride and explaining how things work here, we are finally here. So we are joined by other tourists. So let's go, guys. So this is a welcome juice, which is coconut, and yeah, so you're all invited. This is a wooden straw. Guys, Mr. Diodone, say hi.
Hi, hello.
He's the owner of this resort, this village here, and he's going to tell us a bit about this place. So.
Happy I am to say just a small thing for you. I'll continue in French, please. Nous sommes bienvenus ici sur l'îlot au bio-bonheur de Gogotekon, au sud Bénin. Un spa naturel. Spa avec ce que les Anglais appellent les clés baffes. Vous prenez donc un bain d'argile, une extraction du lac à aimer. Vous faites la balade dans cet écosystème particulier de mangrove pour découvrir le paysage, les oiseaux, les pêcheurs. Dans un écosystème, comme vous voyez, tout naturel, le bain d'argile après, vous passez à un autre atelier, c'est le massage au beurre de karité et à l'huile de coco pour renforcer, pour améliorer la relaxation commencée déjà par l'observation, le silence dans la nature ici. Et donc, le bain d'argile, le massage au beurre de karité ou à l'huile de coco, le repos, le silence et un exercice important. Nous disons souvent que dans un écosystème comme ça, de mangrove, de palétuvier, il faut apprendre à respirer. Envoyer l'air, sortir l'air et accompagner du petit sourire, c'est important. Bye bye.
Bye. So yeah, for all my French speaking friends, there you go, you have it there. We also have Ludu. While we wait for our massage, they served us with rice water, and yeah, you're all invited. So I'm going to share this with Abigail. Abigail, let's have it. So yeah. And a wooden spoon. Yeah, it's really cute. Yeah. And it came in very hot. So no matter, yeah, it's very hot. With sugar, yeah, without milk. Apparently, it's a snack to boost your energy for massage and also all the water activities here. So I'm very happy. You're all invited. Merci. So our lunch is here, and this is how it looks like. And let's see Abigail's own. Oh, lovely. Look at the water. The water came in this cute spot. So refreshing. So I'm going to try the dakwe. It's called dakwe here in Benin. I'm going to try it for the first time since we are going to share. Let's try this. It's nice. It's like gari mixed with soup. Gari mixed with light soup. It's really good. We are currently going to have the mud bath and also a massage. I forgot to mention that there's also a lodge here. It's a very cute lodge, and yeah, so this is like a balcony where you can take a swim here. So here you can also come here and camp. So this is where all the mud bath is going to take place. And
watch your foot to adapt your body to a clay cold.
Okay. And we are already dressed in our bikini. So she is washing our feet with water so the clay can get stuck to our body. So yeah, we are ready. We are going to have a clay bath here at the village, and I'm super happy, and I know you all are coming along. So guys, this is the clay. This is how it looks like. Yeah. So yeah, we are ready.
The clay, the small one.
And she says that the clay, they get the clay from the lake and they add it with other clay, and it's very good for your skin. It exfoliates your skin. So coming here and experiencing this is a must. This is really relaxing. It's nice. I like the feel. It's so smooth. This is how it looks like. So smooth. Very. And it smells like just like sand or like a little bit of charcoal. You add charcoal? Or it's natural? Okay. This is exclusive from the village, and yeah, I have here my marks on my face. I really like the way it feels on my skin. And yeah, this is how Abigail and I look like. Abigail, say hi.
Hi. Feeling
Yeah.
good.
So we are going to wait for like 15-20 minutes for our clay to dry on our skin so that it can exfoliate all the dead skin on our skin. I'm sure we will leave Benin fresh. To take a dip in the lake, and yeah, we are coming downstairs.
I'm super excited.
It's so cool. Like
I feel super
yeah,
good.
like the way it dries on your skin, right?
Yeah.
It has a different feeling. It makes you feel like you feel fresh. You feel like you have just taken some dirt off your skin. So let's go guys. So the next activity is to go zip lining, and Abigail is about to start. Yes. The lake really feels so warm. Wow, this is therapy. So guys, I just took a cold shower right behind me, and I feel so fresh. The next thing is a massage before we leave here. So yeah, let's go for a quick massage. Abigail, are you ready? Meditate, and also you can also have lunch here. Having lunch here with a beautiful view. Just ended our massage. I just had a feet and a hand massage because that's where I wanted concentration. You had what?
I had my back and my waist.
How do you feel?
I feel good. Like
Yeah, so I recommend this place hands down for you to come for relaxation, for more activities and a good time. All too soon, we are ending all activities here at the village. We are heading back to where we started from. It's back to the city, back to my hotel. And I got a souvenir, which is the clay for my face when I go back home. So yeah, if you want some, let me know in the comment section. I can organize some for you, so my friend from Benin can organize it to Ghana for you. This was a gift. He gave it to me for free, but he sells it here depending on the quantity you want. So guys, this brings us to the end of this vlog. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed being here, as much as I enjoyed documenting my entire experience. The whole experience, including lunch, massage, cost 15,000 CFA per person. So here it includes the boat ride, the massage, the lunch, activities here, swimming in the lake, and yeah, massage. So yeah, until next time, I want to say I love you all. More videos still here in Benin. I love you all. Mwah. It's time to go. We're leaving. We're leaving. The boat is here. Take a clay bath from the sacred lake in Benin? Let me know your thoughts. Live here in Benin. I'm currently at a place called Casa de Papa, which is a very popular place in Benin. So I'm very excited. Even though it's a budget trip, I saved for this place just to experience everything here. So let's take a short tour. Let's see everything they have to offer. So yeah, let's go guys. Casa de Papa is located outskirts from the main town. The option to get there was renting a minibus or going by motorbike. We opted for a motorbike, which cost us 2,500 CFA. So this is the lake front, the lagoon front, which we are about to see soon. Good morning here from Casa de Papa. I'm going to have breakfast and yeah, so let's go have some breakfast. So guys, this is what I'm having for breakfast. Abigail is trying a local porridge. How does it taste like?
Like rice. No, like oblayo. Oblayo is made of maize, right?
It's made of maize.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think it's smaller.
It's smaller. Yeah, you can see. So this is what I'm having, and yeah, you're all invited. So guys, we are just walking towards the beach after breakfast. Oh, the place is really nice. It's a very huge resort. And
Mahava is that kind of thing.
Yeah. And so the resort is close to the sea and it's also close to the river. So they have two. There's a road in between the resorts, which you will soon see. So yeah, let's go to the beach. So this is their beach view. Hi, Abigail.
Hi.
It's time for the poolside and the kayak experience. So let's go, guys. So guys, Abigail is a tour guide, and she also sells bikini. So if you like our bikini and our pants, let her know in the comment section. Yeah.
On Instagram.
Yes. So yeah, we are going to the poolside. We are ready to swim. Oh my goodness. Feels good, right? It feels so good. Have about 30 minutes before we check out. Checkout is at 12. So we are going kayaking. I got a ticket. It comes with accommodation for a night. So we are going kayaking on the lake, which is at the same premises as the Casa de what? Papa. Casa de Papa. So let's go, guys. We are going kayaking. So they have the 2-in-1, they have the 4-in-1, and they have the 1-in-1. So we opted for the 2-in-1 since we both know how to kayak. Yeah, let's see. Let's see, life jacket first. Yeah. Merci. They've made me speak French this trip. It has been so much fun. It brings us to almost the end. Yeah, this is our last activity before we leave the Casa de Papa. At this point, I just want to rest while Abigail kayaks. Abigail, continue kayaking. So yeah, it's been amazing. This is the view from here. From here. We're gonna have coconuts before we leave. Merci.
Thank you.
So guys, this brings us to the end of this vlog. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed documenting the entire place of Casa de Papa. Since I came here with my friend, we are going to share our experience. Abigail, come. Come, so we're going to share our experience. How do you think the place was? How was the place? How was the experience here?
It's beautiful with the trees and nature. I think if you are a nature person, like you really love nature, this place is the best for you. The rooms are not like,
I think we had high expectation.
Yeah.
We paid $100 for a night,
Yeah.
and since we were coming together, we shared and paid. So yeah, it's not really worth the amount. I don't know, maybe because maybe because I think it's expensive, or maybe because I had so many expectations. But aside that, we only had breakfast here, and I think the breakfast was great.
Yeah.
We had not a lot of options, but yeah, we had quite a number of options to choose from.
Breakfast was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're a nature person, this place is the best for you. Okay, just come here and relax. That's okay. But
Yeah.
don't expect too much for the rooms, especially.
Yes, but the place is really beautiful, very Instagram aesthetic, pleasing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can come here for like pictures.
Yeah.
We really had a lot of pictures. If you're not following me on Instagram and you're not following Abigail too on Instagram,
Yes.
please do so. Visit Abigail's channel.
This is Sewa.
Yeah, show her some love. She's also a tour guide in Ghana, and we are also here to also find beautiful places in Benin if you want to add to our itinerary. So if you are in Ghana and you want to come to Benin, contact my lady.
Just contact me.
Yeah. So guys, until next time, we want to say bye-bye.
Bye.
Welcome to the Ghana ICT Hub, a partnership between MTN Ghana and the Government of Ghana through the Ministry of Communications and Digitization. MTN pledged to support Ghana's digitization agenda in line with its ambition to lead the delivery of digital solutions for Africa's progress. In fulfillment of this pledge, MTN Ghana has committed $25 million toward the realization